up, guys?
Hey.
How we doing this evening?
Happy 4th of July. Happy belated 4th of July, my amigos.
Belated 4th of July. Good times, guys. Welcome back. It's good to be back. Did you guys have a good holiday?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I burn shit. That's what you do.
I spent one of the days with you, and
that is true.
I was enjoying myself then. Yeah, the other two days were cool.
Got in a pool, did a little swimming.
Yeah,
did a little drinking in the backyard. Good stuff.
For the first time ever, the adults legitimately had to kick the kid constituents out of the pool for an adult swim. Like, we're just jumping in, we're splashing around for a couple minutes, then we'll get out, and then you can have the pool. But there's like 15 kids in the fucking pool, and we can't swim without getting kicked in the face, the chest, the dick, the ass, the shins by kids like flopping around, jumping on you. Get the fuck out. We're jumping in.
Now, was this at a public pool, or was this at actually just a backyard pool?
Backyard pool.
So you guys went straight militant on these assholes and were just like, get the fuck out of the pool. It's adult time. We all got to take a piss. Let us do that. We'll exit immediately.
We can't all piss at the same time in one bathroom, so we need to get in the pool.
And it was cooking out. It was a good sunny day. There was cover, but not enough for everyone, so you had to kind of get in there, get some food, relax for a couple minutes, and get back out in the sun. Before you knew it, it was hot, sweating, and you see the pool there, and you're like, damn, I just want to jump in. I want to dunk my head. I'm gonna get out, maybe dunk my head again, go, splash around, and then get out.
Yeah, that's really what it was. It was good times. But look, I digress. Guys, we live in an age, and I know Murr has mentioned this before, where, people say some crazy stuff on the internets. We read some crazy things. Hey, maybe we've even said some crazy things on the internets. You never know. And, what I'm getting at here is you probably have people on your friends lists, acquaintances, old middle school chums that you've never really talked to since you left 8th grade. But somehow they're still on your friends list, just spouting off bullshit about things they don't know about. And you ultimately, if you're like me, your fuse blows. If you're like Wes, I know his fuse blows. And you say something, and somebody gets a little upset, and you might burn a bridge that you really honestly don't care about.
You might unfriend your mom. Who knows?
I might get blocked. You know what I mean? Just crazy stuff. Has that ever happened? Because it happened to me today, guys, and I couldn't help myself. Somebody was talking shit about my beloved Baltimore Orioles. Someone who doesn't know fuck all about shit about baseball. And I couldn't take it. I just couldn't fucking take it. Especially not now. Like last year, I'd be like, all right, fair. All right, we suck.
So for some context, Murr, this person grew up in Montgomery County, was a big football fan. We'll give that person that. And a big Washington football team / Commanders / Redskins fan, season ticket holder. Oriole fan, a teeny tiny bit, but hasn't lived in the state for the last 4 or 5 years, and I doubt he's watched a couple of games. And he said something rather blasphemous on a pretty prominent Orioles Facebook page.
On the Orioles Facebook page, not a prominent fan, the fucking official Facebook page of the
that's what
Orioles.
that was. Sorry, I was my I thought that was something else. Okay, sorry.
Okay. Man, now I'm torn though. I don't know what they said, and I'm probably gonna be mad about it. However, if you are gonna have the balls to say something, you go right to that nipple, baby. You put your lips around it and you suckle. And I give them credit for that. They went right to the tap and they said, fuck y'all. What'd they say?
That's fair. He said, the post was about, top prospects. We have, 5 of the top 100 or something crazy. But he was like, well, why don't you guys worry about winning 5 games before you start talking about prospects? It's like, sir, we've actually we just had a winning month. I think we're about to reach 40 wins. If I'm not mistaken. I think it's just the wrong. Like I said last year, sure, but yeah. I mean, you're right. We're fucking trash. But yeah, it's just no. It was wrong. I mean, and look, I came into this post. This is a public post on the Orioles page. So there was there was already 300 roastings by the time I got to this.
Yeah, Alan wasn't exactly like the frontline infantry.
No,
there was a bunch of hooligans who were looking to burn a bridge with anybody who said that, let alone someone you don't know. And Alan was like, just...
Yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah.
You are dumb. Stop talking. And he took offense. So, it is what it is.
All I'll say is we all got to calm down. We got to calm down. We do. We got simmer and calm. That's what we need to do here. Okay.
That's probably true.
I mean, it was a dumb statement. He went. I mean, He actually gives me an idea. I think the middle class holes as a page needs to start going to random sports sites and such and just start some shit. Let's get some exposure. And if all you have to say is try winning 5 games first to really set the world on fire, then we've been doing this wrong the whole goddamn time. It's,
Well, yeah, that's true.
Weren't we?
I think you really it's got to be when you're talking out of your ass, which is what was happening. And then and then the faith will get on you. So I think you're right. I think you're onto something. Yeah, Middle Class Holes page should absolutely be doing that. And I think I might start tonight. We'll see how it goes. I'll let you guys know.
I say some pro wrestling boards. Ric Flair was overrated.
NWO was overrated.
Oh, today's a good day for that.
Yeah. We'll that later.
Let's see. Vader would whip the Big Show's ass any day, week, month of the year. Just something like that, and just watch the chips fall.
China was the hottest diva by far.
well, what other diva got a Vivid Entertainment deal, huh? Yeah,
Sunny did, but she did it too late.
Yeah.
She did it way too late.
And that
she
was
like
not
in her
Vivid.
50s.
That was not Vivid.
Yeah. Oh, unfortunately, it was HD. I don't know if I wanted to see it in vivid color because, yeah. What the fuck was it? Oh, China. I judge Triple H poorly because him and China were like a thing for like years until he finally they broke it off and he got with Stephanie. Like with him with Stephanie, I'm like, well done, Hunter. Hey, taking over the company. But then, just keep remembering, still had a long-term thing with that creature of the day and night.
I mean, that's rude. Love's love, right? But that's fair. Stephanie's a step up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and you got not just the physical, but I mean, the woman had lots of issues. Didn't she basically kill herself with pills after doing several iterations of Amazon porn?
I think she.
No,
it tragically ended. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. She did OD, but what you're talking about was definitely part of the storyline, so it wasn't real. It's part of the wrestling storyline.
No,
I'm kidding about that.
Well, right. I think more so, and to your point, Mer, I mean, Stephanie's obviously the heiress to the WWE fortune, whereas China was gonna get, CTE and fucking be on a PPO for the next 60 years, and
that's true,
and then die with very little health care. So I mean, in the long run, I mean, he won out.
Yeah, he did, but I judge him for his past choices. Yeah, I forever will.
To circle back, Alan. Yeah, I have. You kind of left it open. You're like, I think Wes has. I think Wes is burned the bridges. Oh, it's a no. Yeah.
I mean, I was asking you rhetorically. I was like, Mer, have you burned any bridges besides your mom?
No, and she doesn't even see. The thing is, she doesn't even know that bridge is burned. It's she walked across the bridge, and then I was like Indiana Jones on that Vine bridge, and I just clack with a couple of pieces of machete, and she just kept walking. I was just
she was like, I'm never going back that way.
See you forever. But no, I made the mistake of commenting on someone's post one time, and it was innocent. I mean, I was just making here's my observation, not even a point. I wasn't countering anyone. Just here's the way I critically see this specific subject. And all of a sudden, bloop, 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 bloop. I'm like, okay. And it was all hate. I'm like, I get it, guys. Orange man bad. Understood. I'm just saying this. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And I just couldn't do it anymore. I have not personally commented on Facebook besides like kid pictures and shit like that. But I have not. No, I don't even comment on Facebook anymore. I don't need that amount of stress, hate, and pressure in my life.
So, here's another thing that I like to do, which I think I told you guys before, is like I laugh react bomb people. And that's that I get enjoyment, like a sick enjoyment out of it. But what it has given us is laugh reacts to a lot of our middle class host videos, because I'm tagged in them and then I share them, and my timeline's private, so the only thing on there is like a handful of things. Most of them are middle class host clips. So when people when some angry boomer's like, I'm gonna go laugh react at Alan Giannis's stuff, he fucking goes to all the middle class host videos and laugh reacts at them, and I'm like, yes.
Very nice.
Yeah.
done.
So that's it. Silver linings. See?
Well, the only problem I have with Facebook right now, though, and Wes, we'll call him Brian Raxon. Like anytime there's some sort of like national news story, like that's when he chimes in on something, but he chimes in a way where like there is no discussion on the subject.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, and I want to, my fingers go to touch the keyboard, and I'm like, this is not even worth it, my friend. Back away from the very hot stove. And and there's another one. We'll call him Quidary Nanyedum.
That's encrypted right there. That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough to figure out.
I changed the letters.
I think I know both of these. One personally, one because of Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, and they do the same thing, and it's like they want to be like these social justice warriors, which I can champion if you offer like reasonable like alternatives to the current situation, but you don't do that.
Yeah,
and it's like I can't even engage in a conversation because it's not going to be that. So I just stopped.
Okay, so the first one, Brian Raxton, is a world-class, not only opinionated person on social media, but a world-class troller. It's just doesn't matter what you can say in the comment thread when you think you can type that puppy up and edit it and retype it and edit it and hit enter and walk away and be like, that's poetry. Look at that. I really fucking put him in his place. And he's just going to come right back. And I saw once where Brian Raxton got into a argument with JT Porson, and you could just tell this guy was genuinely pissed off, was like throwing haymakers about like, I'm not saying like personal shit, but just like, oh, you look like shit, you look terrible, blah blah blah, your face oozes diabetes and da da da. And
kind of personal.
he bounced back. Ryan doesn't care. I was for sure he was going to ask me about it. I was just like, dude, like he enjoys it. You're genuinely pissed off. Ryan's laughing at his fucking keyboard. Brian. And he's laughing at his keyboard right now. So there's just no winning with those people. And then I don't know what the encrypted last name that you said. Fucking Bimbadary. I'm going to sound like an asshole if I say the fucking name. So whatever. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And they are, in my opinion, they're on the right side of history.
Right.
Yes. But they don't want to have a nuanced conversation about it, but they only do it with the most hot button issues. Right. And I'm like, yes, this is a conversation we should open up with each other, but everyone's wrong but me. So it's like, all right, no, we're just gonna...
we have another, me and Wes have another mutual acquaintance.
So you got to use encrypted names, by the way.
I'm not using any names whatsoever, who does the same thing in the opposite direction of Brian Braxton and crew. It equally makes me angry. I think I like, and I don't hate the kid, so I just unfollowed him. Like we're still friends, but like I just don't see his post because it's like, and I can't do anything about it.
Yeah,
like it's pointless.
You got to unfollow. I'll unfollow, unfriend, or something. Listen, life's too short. The thing I've noticed about this is the times when I've either attempted to burn bridges or have burned bridges. When it comes to stuff, it's just people, and then you had mentioned it, are in my opinion, the wrong side of history. And they make these claims, and you get into a comment like thing going on with them about 13, 14 replies long, and then they immediately gets defensive. Like, why you bother commenting? I've seen you comment on a few other my things. You troll my page. I'm like, you made the fucking comment. I can reply. I can make a reply, regardless if it fucking... Come on, man. What is... You should have put a disclaimer out there that says, for like-minded individuals only. Yes. Trolls or opposite side of the fencers, you will be deleted.
Yeah. And that's why I can't engage. Because it's like, everybody gather the choir. Let's all sing a tune together and just fucking, let's just start jerking each other off. I'll grab your dick. You grab mine. I'll grab his. He grabs hers. Because that's where we are in life now. She's got one too. Speaking of everybody.
It works.
A good friend of ours, everyone knows him, Blarick Dilby. His significant other did assume that men did that. Legit circle jerk.
Okay, in what capacity? Like, I need to
Oh
know.
man, no, like that's we got together when we were hanging out and we would jerk off together.
No, okay, but no, we actually like did we touch each other? Or we
No,
just stood
no,
there
no, no,
around,
no,
like,
no touching
like
each other. No, no, none of that.
you guys you guys see that 5-game win streak? Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, yeah. What Mullins put up?
6 RBIs.
Okay, I could actually. Okay, if a woman, this is going to sound even worse, but it almost sounds more reasonable. If the circle jerk was like, I'll tug you, you tug me, and we'll all stand in a circle, like Mexican standoff style. Yeah, yeah. Well, you're to my left, to the right, somebody, then we're like almost like overlapping arms, and it's like everybody's just like that makes more sense for some reason. Like it seems more odd for each individual person to be doing it themselves. It's like
I think it should just be Dutch rudders. I think it's the most efficient way to do it.
I do not know what a Dutch rudder is.
So you hold yours, and but you work like I hold my own, but you work my arm.
That just seems inefficient.
And I work your arm.
Let's just work the oar.
Yeah, but it's teamwork, but without the funny stuff.
I'm pretty sure that we've already crossed that line.
Hey, man, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean there is a line between touching another man's bicep slash tricep area and like lifting it up and down. Although I think after like 50, what does a rudderman do? They row after 50 rows. You're gonna be dead.
Right.
You're like, yeah, bro, you getting close.
You might have to row yourself.
Yeah,
you might have to row your own boat.
Sink or swim, bro. No class holes, everyone.
Jesus.
Murr, Allen, and Foxman covered a lot there. This was posted on the official Middle Class Holes Facebook page this week. Qatar is going to be hosting the 2022 World Cup here coming up in November, and I think it bleeds into December. Made those games because of the desert and all the heat and stuff like that. So it turns out that there will be no sex at this World Cup. If you are not married and you're visiting as a outsider or immigrant or tourist rather, and you get caught in having premarital sex, you could do some time. And it's country law. First of all, the other thing too is there's no homosexuality. If you're married, you're okay. If you're married, that's okay. But and also check this out: no fucking drinking outside of the stadium. They will have designated drinking areas inside the stadium. You can buy beer in the stands, but once you're out, no bars, no fun, nothing. And if you get caught bringing in cocaine, you could face up to 75 years.
Well, there's also death penalty for a lot of this stuff too.
Right.
Like they don't just limit it there. Okay, so the heat, bad reason to have a championship, level athletic event in your nation. All that shit is just being artificially made. They're like flying grass in from Bermuda, and they're gonna have to like hire slaves to water it with their own sweat all day, every day. Right. They had to change the actual timeline of the World Cup just to meet the weather standards. Then you've got an autocratic society that is going to fucking flog and fucking put to death individuals who will be wildly ignorant of their laws when they get there, and will probably I can't imagine the amount of international incidents that are going to occur in that 2-month time frame while no one watches the World Cup because it's on during American fucking playoff football season.
Wow, this is gonna be like weeks 11 through like 15. So as things are heating up, but I have some strong opinions on this. A lot of it has to do with how Qatar won the fucking World Cup in the first place, or was awarded it. But Alan, I talked about the story. Murr gave his opinion. I know you have opinions about this. I want to hear them.
I mean, yeah, in the time when we're like, I think it's weird because we're in a time where we're talking about like live golf, and we're like, oh, god damn Dustin Johnson for making money playing the sport that he was already playing. Like human rights violations, but fucking everybody kind of turned a blind eye to fucking two dudes at FIFA being like, you know what, Qatar? Just slide us some cashish and we'll take care of the vote. This will be perfectly fine. Like it will make perfect sense that you win it over like Germany and the United States and fucking other civilized countries with fucking infrastructures that can support this thing. But nope, that's how FIFA rocks. Mad fucking corruption. So it's not surprising whatsoever. It's fucking crazy that they are actually going to try to fucking enforce all this fucking, I guess, their laws. Because, dude, it's fucking a month of drunken debauchery with fucking soccer hooligans from around the world. Like, this is literally what this is for. But it tells you the depth of the corruption that FIFA was like, you know what? This is going to work. We're going to work. We're going to fucking move it to the winter. It's going to fucking work. It's going to be fine.
Yeah, okay, well, I think they got awarded, or they were awarded this in 2014. All right. And what Alan said is absolutely correct. The fucking officials or commissioners of the governing body of FIFA got their pockets fucking greased by oil money and, millions of dollars at a time. And they were like, yeah, like just what Alan said, we can make this work. 6 of the 8 fucking venues are brand spanking new. The other 2 have been renovated. And I mean, but not just a facelift. I mean, they took it down to like bare bones and rebuilt the face. They brought in a bunch of Nepalese and Indian immigrants and lied about their wages, their work hours, the work climate. Many of them died. I won't say like most, but
they
lots
held
of
their
them
passports.
held their
in
passports.
The construction
Yeah. You know what? Too fucking bad. You did it. You did it to yourselves. You knew that they weren't going to bend. Oh, this is law. How arrogant they are. They said homosexuality is illegal. So not only if you can't have sex if you're heterosexual and unmarried, 2 married guys can't go over there and fucking get it in after getting drunk at a game. And how the fuck are you supposed to not be drunk in public after you've been boozing for 90 plus minutes? What the hell do they think they are?
Well, yeah. Let me ask this: Did the Irish make it?
I don't think so. Wales, England are about as good as you're going to get in that. But I mean, you got Germans.
Yeah. So the just for the record, the 2022 bids where the tiny Qatar, fucking the size of like half of Delaware, I'm fairly certain, fucking beat Australia, Japan, South Korea, and the United States.
Yeah,
just common sense would tell you somebody got greased up.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, I remember watching a Real Sports about it was all about FIFA, and then they did the International Olympic Committee and all that stuff, and how this stuff goes down. Oh, it's 100%. It's just these guys are basically like ambassadors without a country. The sport's so big and it brings in so much money that when they're appointed, they're basically in this niche realm, which is not as niche once you get outside the United States. Like, these are basically power-hungry politicians who just don't lead a country. They just happen to lead a sports industry. And there's no better way to there's no better way to legitimize a terribly run country and their leadership than to give them an international sporting event like this. I mean, we did it for Putin with the fucking Olympics. Jesus, God.
And the World
Cup.
Look
at that did. That essentially funded this fucking war in Ukraine.
Yeah, and the World Cup.
World.
They got the 2018 World Cup. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
Well, they pulled it for. Didn't they pull it?
No.
Or did they do it? No, they did. Did they do it there?
It was in Russia.
Was it in Russia?
Yeah.
Damn, I forgot about that shit.
Yeah. And you know what? I hope there's lots of people who are willing to roll the dice. You know what I mean? I hope there's lots of people who are willing to get drunk, have sex, smuggle in fucking drugs, and it just causes goddamn pandemonium in Qatar. You know, another thing too, this might hurt. This really kind of breaks my heart. Every World Cup, I look forward to hottest girls from the various countries, dressed in skimpy little shirts and the face paint flag on their fucking beautiful, perfect cheeks. We're not gonna get those galleries anymore. You know,
like it's the entire reason the Swedes are in the tournament. Like, that's it.
They always find themselves in a weird tiebreaker. Ooh, this is the triple knockout tiebreaker.
It's always against somebody equally as fucking average, like Denmark.
Yeah.
Or fucking, you know what I mean? Iceland.
Azerbaijan.
Fuck. How'd y'all even make it here?
I just remember last World Cup, there was like that Colombian chick who just like, I don't know what she was wearing. It was like spandex that was like airbrushed to look like real clothes. It was just like,
She could be wearing fucking banana peels. Doesn't matter.
That's right.
I'm gonna peel that banana, you know.
Like Donkey Kong had the triple in Mario Kart. Looking, lit her up. Yeah, this is terrible though, and yeah, no. If I hope they quadruple or they bring in. I don't know what are they going to lie to fucking Nepalese and Indian men? Be like, hey, look, I know we just had to build these stadiums and we kind of fucked you over, and you happen to live, but now we need security extra.
It's like, look, we know that your fathers and grandfathers came over here and died in the sun building these stadiums, but we're going to need you guys to come over here and die in the sun serving Coca-Colas to Americans. So fucking bring it on over here and don't worry about your passports.
Alan, what if they run into a 300-pound Welsh Jeff Fro? It's like, hey man, got to get in.
Yeah, it's very interesting to think about because like you don't control some soccer hooligans. Like the English can get rowdy, the Welsh too, but like fucking
Germany,
you start getting some Germans in there or the Italians didn't make it. So we're fairly safe.
Yeah, the European Cup winners did not make the World Cup.
Yeah. But I mean, look, I'm just saying there's a lot of rowdy crowds. Nigeria make it, they'll throw down.
Yeah, like you got the Dutch. Let's see here. You got Argentina, Denmark, Mexico. You know they're coming out in fucking force.
Yeah, tons of knives.
Poland, France, Australia, Croatia. I'm just talking about like the countries I think that'll show out and party. Croatia, maybe Morocco. Germany, Japanese are pretty tame. Spain, Costa Rica, Belgium, Canada, Switzerland, Cameroon, Uruguay, South Korea, Portugal, Ghana, Brazil, Serbia.
Yeah, Serbs. Yeah, come on. Yeah, they will throw fucking hand grenades into crowds. They don't give a shit.
They're gonna put coke in their rear ends and just like, no, you know, check there. No, no, don't put hand there.
Yeah,
I break face.
They're like, this looks like a good place for an atrocity. Let's do it.
Dude, this I'm telling you, man, we're going to see some wild shit, I think, on some live TV because they can't help themselves. Like, they can't. Like, it's so normal for them to probably just whack somebody with a 7-foot piece of fucking half-inch bamboo walking down the street. Like, no, you don't touch like this. And they're going to fucking hit the wrong international motherfucker, and it's going to be on a news channel, and shit's going to go fucking buck wild. So I'm not even watching the World Cup for soccer at this point. I'm just watching.
Like, how many cops could Qatar possibly have? Like,
I mean, do you know the population?
I don't know. I don't know what the population of half of Delaware is. What's the population of Delaware?
Delaware, I think, is 1 million people.
Okay, so like 500,000.
2.8 million.
No way.
I'm looking.
Those are fucking 1 million of those are immigrants running the stadiums. Pakistanis, and Cambodians.
I know Wikipedia is public and people can change it all the time. So
I was just shocked.
Yeah, I think you're selling it short. It's bigger than Delaware. Come on, give it
half of New Jersey
is Qatar.
I think I would say Jersey.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking actually maybe most of Jersey, or maybe like the Delmarva Peninsula, Delaware and Maryland.
It's slightly smaller in area than the state of Connecticut.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty small.
It's about 100 miles from north to south and 50 miles from east to west.
I got a really good picture here.
You can see across the fucking thing sideways.
You can, yeah.
You see
look,
Russia.
It goes from the southernmost point just south of D.C. to the northernmost point just north of Harrisburg, PA.
A little nub.
So it's the Delmarva Peninsula minus the Virginia.
I suppose. Yeah, you're right.
No, that's exactly what it was. Yeah.
There was a comparison picture right there, like over top of
the one you were showing us. That's exactly what it showed.
No, it starts in D.C. It's like through the middle of the state. Anyway, we're in agreement here. We're both on the same side of the fence. I'm not going to burn a bridge because of the size of Qatar.
No, fuck you.
Fuck you, bud.
Fuck me. Fuck you. You want me to re-show you this? I got
Yeah, I want to
sources.
see it again.
I got sources.
Show it again.
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, move that red blotch over about half a click, and you got a fucking exact replica of what I was saying.
Oh, you were making it sound as if it was right over it. Then and
No,
there.
I was using my eyeballs and judgment, saying like,
Yes.
"Oh, it's the Delmarva Peninsula minus the Virginia slice."
You might want to check your latitudes. That's all I'm going to say. All right. That looks
Are
like.
you basing? Hold on, wait. I gotta ask this question.
I'm kidding with
Are you basing this on where the orange fucking circle is?
Yes, I understand that you can move it over. I was putting you to your words. I was quoting you. Later on, you were like, yeah if you move it over.
Exactly. I don't understand how you're using my words against me. My words are sound.
Because you were saying that is what that picture showed. That's what your first claim was.
This goddamn computer screen right now.
God, that's right. Well, burn that bridge.
Burn some bridges, goddammit.
Here's Terabithia. Come on. So I can see it.
That was a good one.
You enjoyed that? Yeah.
That was good.
I kind of just remember what that book's about. Well, anywho, I mean that's just the shit's gonna go down in the Middle East. First games I believe start. I think it's November 10th, so it'll go into December 10th.
So if it wasn't in Qatar, it would be on right now, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Which makes me angrier because I should be enjoying World Cup football.
Yeah.
Depending upon where you are, it might be right smack dab in the middle of it or just about to start.
Yeah, that pisses me off because like right now is a good time because like baseball hasn't completely heated up yet.
Yeah.
The other sports nobody gives a shit about are on maybe somewhere potentially.
Well,
soccer could be king.
Here's what FIFA based it on, and this is not a totally baseless claim. 2010, they did it in South Africa and did it during the summer, and that's their winter. So, like, I mean, now a South African winter isn't like a fucking, mid-Atlantic or New York or Connecticut weather, but you have to wear long sleeves and things like that. And they said it really didn't represent the summertime aspect of the World Cup.
Neither does fucking November. Everywhere else in the
but if they did this in the
world.
summer and if they did this in the summer, people would die. Players would die.
Or they could just not have it there because.
No, yeah, obviously that's my vote, but I'm telling you that's why they did it because.
I like the rationalization that they did in South Africa. Fuck off! It's on a fucking coast of an ocean. Like but South Africa's way nicer of a fucking what? We get the Persian Gulf. Cool. Fuck.
Well, they should, in my opinion, they should have done it to the UAE. Have like half the stadiums in fucking Dubai. They would have like knocked down blocks and made these goddamn circus-like things with, I don't know. They would have
had one suspended over the water and shit.
Yeah, some floating hovercrafts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why like when you hear like Elon Musk's the richest man in the world, like they don't think about the Dubai fucking royal family. Like those guys have like trillions of dollars.
Do you see there's a really good it's Dubai in 1980 versus now?
Yeah.
Have you seen that, Alan?
No. I'm sure it's fucking nuts.
Yeah, their current crown prince was like, oil's gonna go away. We better start making real estate. And he fucking goes nuts.
Yeah, I mean this is like 1990 versus 2003. Here it is. There it is. You see that?
I do not.
Oh God!
So you got to share it, Wes.
Oh,
click
crap.
that button. Yeah,
my bad. Whoopsie, Daisy. Right there.
Yeah, it's like I think they're looking at it. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, that's insane.
They're like, fuck this desert.
Should have done it there, or I don't know, somewhere, maybe like Iraq. They're built back up, right?
The Iranians are ready to rock a World Cup. Why the fuck not?
Maybe someone will roll the dice and host an OnlyFans thing from somewhere in when they're visiting Qatar. Roll the dice, have some illegal sex. OnlyFans.
Yeah, good luck with your VPN and that fucking that hellhole. No, it's gonna be bad, and now it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be glorious. And you know what? Sometimes you need something very, very tragic and bad to happen in order to have things fixed. Didn't we get it though? Aren't we getting the World Cup next?
Us, Canada, and Mexico in 2026.
So just the whole North America.
Correct.
Well, come on, man. There's some other countries that are going to miss out.
Huh?
Yeah, you got your Costa Rica, your Nicaragua, Cuba.
Well,
Jamaica?
you said Canada, U.S., and Mexico.
Yeah, but there's other countries in North America.
No, those are the three.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're getting at. Yes.
Well, because Central America. Well, okay, all right, hold on. Okay, geography lesson. So I thought Central America was technically part of. I thought everything. Well, how do they break it down? Is everything north of the Panama Canal considered North America?
Well, more or less, because Panama, which is cut in half by the canal, belongs to South America. Everything north of Panama, the country.
Okay.
True. I don't know that that's true.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's true either.
100%. All the Caribbean countries as well.
Then why do they call it North America, Central America, South America?
I mean, because Central America is not a continent.
Yeah, Central America is not a continent.
I know, but why do they differentiate?
Probably because they're breaking up the Americas, and the centralized, doesn't belong to the north or south. It's a little sliver of land that's in paradise.
So then you're conceding that Alan and I were correct.
No.
Just using your words. Just saying.
The bridge has been burned, all right? Gloves are coming off. New geography lesson, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Honduras.
Okay, so the United Nations formally recognizes North America as comprising three areas. Northern America, which is the Canada, United States, and Mexico. Central America, and the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Jamaica.
Yeah, well, fuck Cuba, too.
Yeah. No, that's true. Why didn't, Havana could have gotten a bid or a host thing for this, That would have been great.
It'd have been beautiful, that's for sure.
You bet. All right. Check it out. World Cup coming to you in about 4 or 5 months. We'll see if pandemonium sets in. If these bamboo waving, pistol shooting fucking people won't allow sex in their country.
I don't think bamboo grows there, guys. It's very desert-like.
They import it just like their labor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You bet, dude. The labor brings it in too. All right, we're segueing and pivoting to a little segment that we call Friend or Foe.
That's right. Let's get to it. I'm going to read a news story to you. See if you agree or disagree. Friend or foe? Well, it looks like a man has purposefully entered the Mile Club by sending penis pics to all passengers on the plane via AirDrop. So if you're not aware, if you're an Android user, Apple has this thing called AirDrop. So you can turn your phone on to where it can either accept or not accept people from inside your contacts or outside your contacts. And basically, it's the most beautiful thing for the Apple ecosystem is if you just hit AirDrop, badoop, it instantly shows up. Picture, video, text, doesn't matter. It shows up on your phone or iPad instantaneously. So a man on a Southwest flight reportedly airdropped a sexually explicit photo to all passengers on Saturday, leading police to escort him off the plane upon arrival. A now viral TikTok user, Daddy Strange 333, they addressed the man as Larry and is seen getting reprimanded by the user and a flight attendant for allegedly sharing a graphic photo with all passengers. Quote, I saw his iPad had AirDrop open, so I knew it was him. Yes, I sure did make a scene. Daddy Strange captioned the original video, which now has over 5.1 million views. Why are you doing that? A flight attendant asked Larry after Daddy Strange pointed out that he was sharing inappropriate images. Just having a little bit of fun, he said emotionlessly. Well, here's the deal. I don't want to keep reading from the story because I just want to know, friend or foe, if you have your device set to accept all things from all people, is it your fault or is it their fault that you've now received the picture? So friend or foe, if you set your device to receive all things from all people, are you at fault? Friend, yes, I set up my shit. That was, strangers are around. I get what's coming to me. Or foe, no, people shouldn't exploit that device, and they should keep an appropriate things to themselves.
So hold on, before I make a decision, explain this to me, okay? AirDrop, you can set it to where anybody who's around you,
Yes.
then you get all their photos and stuff like that. Okay, so what's the deal? You would AirDrop with someone that you know, send, receive, and then you don't turn it off, and anyone else with an iPhone has that on. Then what's the range?
The range is like within basically Bluetooth connectivity range.
Yeah, okay.
And you can set AirDrop to only people in your contacts list.
Yeah.
Or everyone. So if you're on a New York City subway and you walk onto the subway and Skeet Gangsta's there and he wants to send you some photos of like some dirty hooker he banged last night, if you're within Bluetooth range of his phone and he says, I want to share this with that guy right here, and boop, it's going to pop right up on your phone as soon as he clicks it.
Just like that.
Just like that.
So Larry did in fact send it. It's not like you can. He sent it to anyone within range.
Here's what Larry did.
Okay.
Larry took a picture of his penis, right? And then Larry opened up his phone and said AirDrop, and then he said, "Ooh, look at this Southwest flight, who has very loose rules with their."
I gotta say, fucking friend, then, man. Like, if you have your shit set, bro. I mean, did they say he took it on the plane?
I don't know I don't know exactly where the penis was taken a picture of.
Okay.
But it was definitely his pick. He even said, just have a little bit of fun. He did apologize, but he just said, not much else beyond that. Just like, yep, that's my dick. He didn't deny it.
I think first of all, okay, one friend. Okay, if you have your shit set, that's on you. If you don't want to see that, edit your stuff. And I think, second of all, I don't think this is Larry's first rodeo. I think Larry does this for chuckles at restaurants, movie theaters, wherever else. But, probably not work, probably not at the local town commissioner meeting or wherever, town hall meeting. But things like that, yeah. I think Larry, it gets his jollies off and his giggles off. Just having a little bit of fun, as he said. And how'd you say he said it, Murr? Just having a little fun.
Yeah, and it just so happens that he had fucking Thelma from Scooby-Doo on the fucking plane with him, and she fucking found him out. So yeah, I guarantee Larry's done this quite often. But Alan, now I know you're an Android user. Are you aware of the AirDrop feature?
Yes, I am. I'm aware of it. Yeah, if you leave your shit open, you're gonna get dick pics. That's what happens. It's another reason I don't like iPhones. Don't be send me fucking pictures the normal way.
Yeah, but I gotta say, man, one, it's instantaneous, and two, it's 100% quality. You know how like you send like a video to text somebody a video and it's grainy sometimes.
You don't text videos, but yes.
But AirDrop is just an instantaneous like photocopy of exactly what's on your phone.
Yeah, we can do that too. We just don't do it.
Who's we?
It's like Android users.
See, I knew it. I knew he was going to say that's what he was getting to.
Is it called Dare?
Yeah, no,
Dare
it's been around like 2004, but whatever.
What's it called?
It's a setting you have to turn on. It's like your NFC setting. Like it's no near field contact, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
So it's just AirDrop without a fucking stupid Apple name. It's really
You sure it's not? So you turn on your NFC and I turn on my AFC? Is that kind of how they link up?
No, nope. It's not how it works. But I like it. I like where you're headed.
Okay.
Yeah, but see, like my AirDrop is set to contacts. So if I know you, if your name's in my phone, you can AirDrop me anything if you're within range of me. Like if somebody's around and I don't have your number. Here, let me hit my AirDrop to everyone real quick. Bloop bloop boop. Done. Boom. They just send it.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I'm in the friend camp as well. It's the same thing I say about like Facebook. We were talking about that earlier. Like block them, unfriend them, whatever. I don't care if they're virtually your friend. They're your friend. You accepted them. That contract was made. When you leave your phone open, you have made a good faith contract with anyone within Bluetooth range of your phone. So, Larry likes sending dick pics to his friends, and you have now been accepted as Larry's friend.
Yeah.
He's let you into his world.
I think this kind of falls under the baseball players getting caught with PEDs. Look, I was taking these supplements, and then they're like, hey man, look, you signed the contract. It's under the players agreement and the CBA. You need to know as a professional athlete what you put in your body. Okay, you need to know what settings you have on your fucking phone, and if it's set to public or Larry's fucking taint, then you're gonna get Larry's fucking taint. And I hope his taint's glorious. I mean, I see it doesn't look so as glorious just based on what I see, but you never know.
No,
Diamond in the rough.
Larry looks like the guy who burned the building down in Office Space. I'm gonna imagine Larry's taint. I don't want to imagine Larry's taint, but here I am, and I don't think it's as glorious as we'd like it to be.
He does look a little bit like an older Milton. You're right. Yeah.
So, Alan, I assume you're friend on this. You leave your phone open. That's on you.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I just looked at mine on Android because I hadn't played with it in a while, and it very clearly is like, do you want your friends to do it, or do you want everybody to do it? And I don't want everybody to do anything. So it's clearly a you issue if you've left it open for dick pics.
And you know what else? The other thing that might be worth friend or foe voting worthy is this Goodwill Samaritan Vigilante Daddy Strange 333. I think my shit's it's pretty much, he made a video of this and is now getting 5.1 million views. 5+ million views. Like, look at me, look what I did. I what did you say? Thelma from Shaggy Doo. Sorry, Scooby Doo.
Shaggy
Doo. This guy's now parlaying, something that we have all voted unanimously on. That's not that big of a deal. He's like, look at that. 5 million views later, this guy's doing well.
Now, look, I'm not going to sit here and say that Larry is an upstanding citizen by any stretch of the imagination.
Nope.
But you open the floodgates up here, okay? Like, if this was Stranger Things, you exposed Hawkins to the portal, and that's on you. The FBI got involved and apparently interviewed him, and they are the ones who took him off the plane. This might have to do with the fact that the penis was also airdropped to some children's iPads that were on the plane as well, but that's on the parents. I would like to save this for our legal counsel. I'd like to see what kind of trouble Larry is in.
Okay.
I want to, pardon the pun, I'd like to see if we can get Larry off.
Yeah. I want to see if Larry could get on a flight court.
He could be on the pilot episode.
Terrible.
Thank you. And that, my friends, is Friend or Foe.
Yeah, well, let us know your thoughts about Larry, and let us know your thoughts about airdrop. Friend or foe, either way. Tell us your opinions. We appreciate them. Moving on, getting into a little thing to expand your minds. Let you folks know some things that you may know not about a world from a little tear-off calendar that Murr enjoys picking through. And since we took last week off, he had his pick of the litter of 2 weeks worth of fun facts. This is a little segment we like to call Fun Fact Friday.
Let's learn knowledge. OMG facts. Let's get to Fun Fact Friday. Brought to you, of course, by the Shin Splints Recovery Group. Were you out lighting fireworks and running away in sandals and flip-flops and wet grass that you shouldn't have been in the first place? And maybe you've got some pain below the knee now and above that ankle, and you need some like-minded assholes to just chat about your ailments with. Well, you can do that, my friends, if you find yourself the Shin Splints Recovery Group. Who is the founder, Wes? Who was the founder of the Shin
that's
Splints
our
Recovery
good
Group?
friend Blarick Dilby.
That's right. Blarick Dilby is the founder of the Shin Splints Recovery Group. And he is a very hands-off kind of CEO, if you will.
Yeah.
So if I just...
He doesn't have a working interest in that. He's a silent partner at this point.
But he's the visionary.
He is, yeah. He's moved on to some other Facebook ventures.
Oh, really?
No.
There's a boring company called Boar. He started that.
Well, you know what? I think he should be, and we will gladly sponsor all of his enterprises. So let's get to it. OMG facts. Did you know The founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, and James Monroe, all died on the 4th of July.
What?
Wow.
That seems not true.
I wonder how far apart too.
I know this for a fact that John Adams and Jefferson died like within hours of each other.
Okay.
Jefferson died first, and of course, it's like the 1800s at this point, and like Adams was like, they were rivals, and Adams was like, Jefferson lives on, but Jefferson had been dead for like several hours.
That's funny that in the era that they lived in, they didn't know it.
Yeah.
Someone didn't fucking airdrop it. Look, he's dead. There's a video.
Well, that just shows you that Jefferson won, because like you're this great man. You're one of the founding fathers of a burgeoning democracy that has now thrived in the 200 plus years since, and your last words are screaming about your vengeance towards a man that has already died.
And who was the other one? Monroe?
Yeah.
Wow. 4th of July. I mean, Christ. It's poetic. Weird, but poetic.
I imagine that the 4th of July was probably stressful for those gentlemen back in the day.
Any minute now.
Should have been.
Some cannonballs are coming.
Well, I read something too that like 9 of the 13 signers of the Declaration of Independence were like hunted down, or their children were fucking murdered by the British. Like, people forget that shit. Like, these were treasonous, individuals. They went against their country.
Yep.
Alan, what do you got? You got something on there?
Oh, no, not at all. You're absolutely right.
Oh,
They were treasonous individuals. I did not know that they all died on the same day. That's weird. Well, not the same day, same date.
yeah.
Right? Not the same day.
Well, Madison, or I'm sorry,
Two, right? You said two.
Adams and Jefferson died on the same day.
Yeah.
So Monroe, 1831, Thomas Jefferson, and John Adams, 1826.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
That was your bonus fun fact for the 4th of July. Now I've got 5 more fun ones for you. Did you know most bank robberies occur on a Friday?
What's that? Kind of like the same logic about cars being made on Friday are shitty, because as people are just looking to get out of there. The bank isn't necessarily like, they're kind of prepping for the weekend. Although most banks are open Saturday morning.
Now, only until noon, but when do the businesses close? And Friday would be like the day that everybody's dropping, dropping the money.
Ooh, you got a heavy stash. Yeah, that's a good point.
Money?
So in this digital era, like if you were like, let's say you have a pizza shop, right? Like on Friday afternoon, you're going to be like, all right, let's take this week's haul of cash down to the bank.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
They're going to put it in a little burlap sack or one of those like zip up dealies that you might tuck sunglasses or bifocals in,
I've seen those too. Like,
yeah,
they're like little like
they're
like
from the
toiletry
bank. The banks usually give them out.
I know, but they're like toiletry bags, and they have a nice meaty zipper on them. I'll give them that, with like a little lock. But it's like, do you really think that's going to thwart the criminal who's just like, oh, thanks, you packaged it all up for me, appreciate it. I'll take this sack and I'll cut it open at home.
Yeah. Yeah, they always have locks on them too, and I always wondered about that, because like I could just cut it. It's not like it's made out of fucking some cut-proof material.
I imagine like if there's a crackhead that just like pickpockets you on the street, like most likely the scenario that's going to occur is a cop's going to walk up on some crackhead like on a street corner, like making that noise.
Wasn't it like they can't if you had it like out in the open, like a big gangster roll or something like that, if they were to knock some out of your hand, this way they can't knock all of it out. They either have to grab it all or nothing. The idea is you can like secure it and then punch the shit out of them.
Yeah, you can hit them with it.
You could. Yeah, you should.
If it's full of money and like maybe a couple rolls of coins, it'd do some damage.
Fridays though. Yeah, maybe that's what the movie with Chris Tucker was about.
Nah, that wasn't at all.
I've seen that movie a gajillion times, by the way, so I know what the movie's about. I'm kidding.
If you're going to hit somebody with a roll of coins in your hand, scientifically proven A roll of nickels is the best option. They're the heaviest, and they fit in your fist better.
Ooh.
Well, that makes some sense.
Yeah.
Did you know 85% of the Fortune 500 key executives are fraternity or sorority members?
I'd heard something of that sort before. Yeah.
It's not what you know, who you know.
Who you know.
That's probably 100% true. I mean, there's outliers obviously that climb the ladder, but yeah, that might be the only thing that I regret about never joining the fraternity is having like contacts. It's a good way to network, I would assume.
Yeah, it's overrated.
I mean, we tried.
You guys were in a debaucherous fraternal organization, okay? Like, I don't know if you guys were there for like future success or if it was like party fun right now.
Look at this, burning bridges, Alan.
Right?
Burning them right and left.
Right.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I mean, I was there to get an education.
You bet.
Make some great guy friends that I would, sometimes cherish and sometimes be like, "You're an idiot."
Yeah.
But stop talking about sports you don't know.
Part of my when I was getting rushed, I was like, "What do you do? Tell me about your future goals. I want to know what business you're getting into. What's your major? What are your plans? What's your 5-year plan? 10-year plan? I want to know. If I were to get out of this and we were to have similar likes, interests, professional dreams, aspirations, you would hire me, right?" I was asking those questions
first,
at 19.
Before you answer, I'm going to have to lock you in this basement with David Hasselhoff playing for 24 hours.
Every Monday and Wednesday evening, we actually did mock interviews and resume critiques.
Yeah. Why do you think we wore a shirt and tie?
Yeah, that's why we spent a lot of time in the library.
Uh-huh.
Really, really hammering out, our cover letter writing, things of that nature.
Right. How to do a correct bib.
Ridiculous.
I have a question. What's a bib?
Bibliography.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, I didn't know you hip kids were shortening it up like that.
It's a fraternity thing.
Hip, educated, whatever.
It's easy.
Did you know it takes 12 bees their entire lifetime to collectively produce 1 tablespoon of honey?
Phew. 12 bee lifetimes, 1 tablespoon of honey. So I should feel bad when I fucking just load that shit up on something nice and sweet. No?
Nah, there's more than 12. There's more than 12 in that hive. You know what I mean? And how long do they live? That's a question. Alan,
the Western honeybee lives between 30 and 60 days.
Okay. Hold on. So not because we've had this, and I don't want to open up this can of worms or bees, depending upon how you look at it, because I know you two just went fucking neck and neck. You guys burned a bridge about your thoughts on bee harvesting and honey. Okay, so pre-American / like Western world, just blowing up like the honey game, like we did everything else in the fucking world, and having like jars upon jars of it and using it at your disposal. Okay, all these bees make honey. What purpose did it serve before? Was it food for like bears and other animals for the most part?
Honey?
Yeah.
Well, honey is food for bees.
Yeah, I get that.
That's why they make it.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm trying to understand your question here.
But what other food source did it provide outside of bees prior to us? Just, having like a clear plastic jar of like a bear filled with honey so we could put honey all over things in our kitchens. So
pre us, nature was just nature.
Yeah.
So it was food for other naturey things.
Right. Okay.
Bears, sure. If bears have become, I think is a very common Western cliche. Yeah. But I'm sure other predatory animals, probably some birds.
Okay.
For bird, there was bees and honey. It's like two food sources for birds.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the answer to your question is
other animals.
It's other animal because we weren't here.
I gotcha. And
then
then
what we got here, we were like, look, it's delicious.
Biologically, here's another fact that I happen to know. Biologically, the only thing the brain, not just human brains, all brains crave is sugar. It's all they want. That's why we're so fucked, is because we learned how to like take massive amounts of sugar and like consolidate them into tiny amounts of food. Yeah. And that's why we've got nutrition problems. But yes, all creatures have always wanted sweet, sweet goodness.
It might be honey's always brains too.
But yeah. I would like to see a maybe I'm lying to myself about this one, but I feel like I've seen video of like a chimp or some sort of primate just like going to town on it, and these bees are just stinging the living hell out of them, and it doesn't care. It's like
it's because they're made of wood. Like I've always heard this about like chimpanzees, like if you touch them, like, okay, you can be like as ripped as you want. You touch that muscle, it's still squishy on a human. You touch that on a chimp, it's like concrete. If they're flexing, like they're made of different stuff. They don't care. Like that bee stings them, it's like, it's probably not even penetrating the skin. That bee's probably just like, stinger just falling off.
Ooh, by the way, now that we're talking about honey, I perfected a really good way to cook ribs. I'm not going to get all into it, but there's a part of it where after you've roasted them the first time and you already put your dry rub on, it's been soaking for a while, you do it the bone side up, so like the meaty part down, but you sprinkle on top brown sugar, like 3 or 4 bats of butter and honey. And you wrap that in aluminum foil and put it back in that oven. Man.
Sounds a good idea.
Man.
I didn't think about the butter.
Yeah. It's got to go brown sugar, butter, honey.
Hold on a second. I'm having an orgasm right now.
I don't know what that was, but I have an erection.
By the way, Alan, since you're our official Googler.
You're our legal counsel.
Mad honey. It's Nepalese mad honey. There are, I want to say it's done by wasps and not bees. And I want to say it is, what's that plant you put out at Christmas?
Mistletoe?
No, the red one.
Oh,
not rhododendron, chrysanthemum.
Nope. It's close. We're so close. Oh, God damn it. It's going to make me so angry. Poinsettias.
Okay. Yeah. I think they apparently Nepal has like the widest range and variety of poinsettias. And these wasps, they get the pollen, they take it back to their nest, and they make honey. And that honey makes you trip balls, and you can buy it on Amazon. And I think we should buy a vat of it. It's like a fucking makeup jar for like $60, but if you suck that whole thing down, you go on a psychedelic trip for like 2.5, 3 hours.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
we should do it.
We should do it. Get in our underwear and what'd you say, Dutch or each other?
Jesus. I love this. Depending on how much a person consumes, reaction can range from hallucinations and a slower heartbeat to temporary paralysis and unconsciousness.
Yay.
Let's do it.
Pass that shit.
Check.
Pass
there
that
have been no modern deaths recorded eating mad honey.
Yeah, so we're straight. Things are good.
Yeah,
things are good.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Okay, how much is it?
I think we should start our own company, and we should pay off some Nepalese men to send us honey from their region, and we'll call it the sweetest trip.
It's like $45.
We should
One
get
sweet trip.
We can split that.
40. That's 150 gram. They sell a 250 gram for 65. I think you say sweet trip. We should get someone to dress up like a little sweet. Like it's a sweet trip.
It's a sweet trip. Oh, I'd do that. I totally.
You would dress up or do the honey?
Yeah, absolutely.
I can taste these colors.
Yeah.
Did you know golf balls were made of wood until the 16th century?
I've heard that.
Phew. I didn't know they'd been playing golf in the 1500s. I thought it was like at least like the mid 1800s, mid 19th century.
That was terrible.
I heard at one point that like, they were made of like pigeon skulls, like filled with something. But that doesn't seem right because a pigeon skull seems like it would just explode upon impact.
Explode, yeah.
Well, maybe consider the clubs. maybe it's not your standard Walter Hagen wood that they were blasting these things with.
The clubs are made out of horsehair.
it's bound together.
Horsehair and glue. You never let the horse go to waste.
Actually,
right.
it was honey. The Americans got their hand on it.
Yeah,
needed a binder.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, no, wood. Chris. First of all, you said the mid 16th century.
Yes.
I mean, I would not have guessed that people were playing golf in the mid 1500s. If you said that, I would assume it's some semblance of golf, like the Native Americans played lacrosse, but that was over goals that were miles apart, and they used to fucking batter the shit out of each other. Golf, to me, if you say 1500s, I don't know, maybe it's like.
Well, the Scots, right?
Scots invented it, but again, if you're asking me, I have no historical backing. I didn't know they were playing it that long. I thought they started playing what we know of the sport of golf today in the mid 1800s.
Oh, no.
Greens and fairways and a couple 100 yards long, woods, yada yada.
Yeah, probably the modernization of it, but they were probably playing some sort of sporting. Everyone's played sports.
Yeah.
Everyone's played sports since the dawn of time. Since we were sentient, we've been playing some kind of sport.
Right.
What did it look like? I don't know. But I don't know. It's almost amazing that they would, in an era of that, where life was hard, that they would find that they would actually take usable wood, and create a recreational activity out of it.
Yeah.
Good point.
And there was no regulation. You had people corking them. You had people shaving them. You had people just designing these things to go further than the other. Yeah, take bets.
What if they traded them like baseball bats? They're like, oh no, fucking only play ashwood golf balls. Compression, soft wood.
These are the Scots too, right? This is McGillicuddy. I don't fuck with that Irish shit. Not me.
No.
I'm Thompson.
Don't like it.
I need that Thompson stamp on there.
And finally, did you know over 50% of the world's population lives within 60 miles of a seacoast?
60 or 50?
60.
Sorry. 60? Yeah. Grace, I would have guessed more. I would have probably, I would have said somewhere between 65 and 70. So I did not know it was 60, but yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. Water.
I know. Well, and it does make me wonder. It's kind of bizarre, though. What was the percentage? 50. So half the world's population. I mean, I just want to remind people we're not as far along as we like to think we are. We all like to think we're enlightened and evolved, but no, we're still close to our seaports. We haven't ventured out yet. Folks in Iowa, it's not the middle of the country is still rural for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
All the advancements are still happening on the crusts, or on the edges.
Right. But even a lot of the big cities in the Midwest are still waterwayed somewhere. Chicago is right on Lake Michigan, and then you have the Chicago River right there. You mentioned Iowa.
Yeah.
Des Moines has a river running right through it. And it's not, I'm not saying it's huge. It's not some damn rapid or anything like that. It's not the Nile, but it's a sizable river.
Water sustains life.
Yeah.
It's how you eat. It's how you live. It's how it used to be how you powered things. Everything. It's have you ever seen the flat Earth map from space? When Earth was laid out flat from space, look at where all the fucking lights are. They're not in the middle of nowhere. They're all on the coasts.
Damn.
Because don't nobody want to fucking live in the middle of land.
You just blew my mind with something inadvertently, Alan. So, how the flat earthers say the Earth's not round, it's just a fisheye lens.
Yeah.
Yet all the pictures that we see of the Earth, you can't see the whole Earth. Wouldn't it be a much bigger pancake than the little dot that they're showing us?
Yeah, you would think so.
Well, don't comment because it's for like-minded individuals only, and they'll tell you you're a liar and you're a piece of shit. They don't want to debate with you. Don't worry about that.
Don't take that to the message boards.
Yeah.
I do want to interview a flat earther, a dyed-in-the-wool, not reasonable, not necessarily reasonable. I want them. I don't want them to fly off the handle. I want to have a reasonable conversation with a moron. Is that possible?
Listen, no. I think
yes
reasonable. No. Are you talking about having one come on the show and not be like combative and debate worthy and screaming? Because you're not going to get anything rational. Let's just. I
want them to be debate worthy with a good with good manners. I want to be able to have this conversation, like the tone of voice that we're having right now.
Yeah.
But about something very stupid and infantile that makes 0% sense scientifically or logically.
Yes, I believe so. But I think we're going to have to mind our P's and Q's and not be like overtly sarcastic and like mocking.
That's the hard part. That's the hardest part. That's the part that I was worried about. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, we'll have to leave Alan off the interview.
You can I'll give you guys a mute button.
Yeah,
and then you can mute me.
I could
unmute me.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
And that, my friends, is Fun Fact Friday.
Hey, bonus Fun Fact Friday. All right, not to step on anybody's toes or take over a segment, but hey, did you know 26 years ago today, Hulk Hogan, you guys me talking in these fucking weird
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan shocked the wrestling world at WCW's Bash at the Beach by joining Hall and Nash to join the NWO and turn the wrestling world upside down for the better. Oh man, I watched it. I don't know. Murray, I suspect you did. Alan,
yes, I did.
Watching it live. Holy hell, man! And we had a couple comments. Kevin, am I supposed to talk in like disguises or give these people like?
Yeah, it's Devin Grassanese.
Devin Grassanese commented on the page. Did a play-by-play of Tony Schiavone and Bobby Heenan. But your thoughts on, because we're wrestling fans, something that turned the world upside down.
I mean, for me, watching it live and okay, Hulk Hogan left the WWF at the time, and he was doing what was it? Thunder in Paradise? Was that the show?
That was, yeah. He thought that after, what was it, Santa with Muscles, so a couple, like, it was well after No Holds Barred. There was another, I think, was it Suburban Commando with Christopher Lloyd, that he could parlay this and not only to a movie career, but a sustainable TNT miniseries career in Thunder in Paradise. And he also got out of town after the steroid allegation came about. He had to testify, so he thought it'd be good to lay low a little bit, not get into the wrestling game. But he was out of it by that point. 59. I mean, he was in his, like, he was approaching 40, which is weird. Yeah, God.
Well, I guess my point is like he got off the roids. He wasn't like the hulking Hulk that we all like grew up with. His draw was just different in WCW. And then Hall and Nash made the big switch and the Outsiders and all that. And then it was like, what was it? It was supposed to be Sting and his special partner, and it ends up being Hogan. It's like, oh, there's a unified front for the good guys. And then he turned. And wrestling hadn't been exposed yet. Everybody kind of had an inkling that it was that it was fake, but the industry hadn't like recognized the fakeness. And all of a sudden, he just fucking turned. And I just remember being like, I don't care if this is real or fake. This is fucking glorious. And dude, that ring was filled with fucking 300 pounds of trash because like people were visibly angry, and it was to take the ultimate good guy and turn him. I mean, it's the dark side. It's Star Wars. It's fucking like the ultimate good turning the ultimate bad. It was wonderful.
Yeah, I couldn't really said it any better, honestly. There's not much else to say. So it's a legendary. It's like one of those things that just gets burned in your brain. You know what I mean? Like it'll never go away.
I know where I was when OJ got chased when 9/11 happened, I know who I was when Hulk Hogan became a fucking heel. I
was eating pizza bagels for all of those things.
The common denominator with honey, probably. But I tell you, like, I've read some things by guys like Dave Meltzer and some of like wrestling pundits after that. Apparently Sting had been coined initially as like, that's who's going to join these guys. And then I guess Hogan, Sting, Eric Bischoff, and a few other people said like, I think Hulk should do it. To a wrestling fan at the time, and at that point I knew wrestling was fake. And it was like, who could it be? I never once thought it was like Hulk Hogan. No. And then it's like, oh, it's got to be someone from WWF. And I've heard that they thought about bringing Mabel over or Bryan Adams. You got to have someone that has more pull than Hall and Nash. Okay, you can't have a fucking a Crush from Demolition come over and be like, yeah, I'm the third guy. Like no one gives a shit about that. So it's either like Bret Hart, Undertaker, maybe Sid. There were rumblings about Vader possibly doing it, but. No, man, it was absolutely perfect. And critics have said Bobby Heenan blew the cover. When he comes down, he's like, it's Hulk Hogan. Like, yeah, but whose side is he on? And they said that he shouldn't have said that. And as a wrestling fan, I was like, shut the fuck up. Bobby, you've hated Hogan your entire career. Like, why doesn't you're wrong? Shut up. Nah, no, man. Ultimate. I can name some really good heel turns. That was the best.
Yeah, well, and sadly, they squandered that momentum that they had built from that.
Well, I mean, over like a year, though, more than a year.
I know. I mean, they did a good job with the initial run of the NWO, but like eventually they had like Disco Inferno, and he was like wrestling every week in the name of and
yeah.
And Stevie, what was it? Stevie Ray from fucking Harlem Heat. Like every week, it's like in wrestling for the NWO, and like Hogan and them would only come down for mic time. Like they didn't like do anything.
Right.
And if they had just actually had matches and proved to themselves like as worthy competitors in the ring as well, then that thing they could have potentially taken down the WWE. But nope, contracts and. Easy living.
Bad run.
Got the best of them.
Badly ran business. I will say, if you go back and watch that, I don't think you can watch the full match on YouTube. You got to go to like Daily Motion. There's two parts of that match I'd like to point out. So one, Luger gets hurt early on, like a fake, a completely fake thing where Nash is holding him in the corner. Sting does the Stinger splash.
Wait, hold on. Wait, who was it though? Was it?
It was Hall and Nash, and they said we got enough to handle it right now. Our third person will be here later on, and then it was Luger, Savage, and Sting.
That's right. Okay,
yeah,
that's right.
So early on in the match, Luger cleans up shop. Nash gets a hold of him. Sting does a Stinger splash. His neck gets hurt. Okay, they bring out the local fire department, put a neck brace on him, usher him out. Then later on in the match, wrestling matches are what they are. They're talking in the ring like. Nash goes up for a giant fucking elbow drop off the ropes, and I think he thought he was supposed to hit it, and Macho was like, "I'll move," and he didn't hear "I'll move," and almost like plugs him full on Danny LaRusso style. I was like, "Damn, that almost became a 2-on-1." You had to work out the match, but at the end of the match and end of the pay-per-view, you should listen to it. Tony Schiavone goes, "And we're signing off. Hulk Hogan, you can go to hell." Check that out.
I do remember that.
I like it.
All right. 22, was it 20? Oh, no, wait, Christ, 26 years ago today. Fucking hell. My Lord. All right. Alan, tell the kiddos and the kiddettes where you can find the Middle Classholes.
Oh, well, you can find us on all your favorite social media platforms. We're on Instagram and Twitter at MDL Classholes. We're on Facebook and TikTok as the Middle Classholes. And, of course, you can always find us. Did I miss one? Instagram, Facebook, Twitter?
TikTok?
Fuck. I took a week off. I forget how to do it.
No, hold on. We're on Rick Rock at...
We're on Rick Rock. You can find us on Truth Social. But check us out on Parler, Grindr, All your favorite platforms. We cast a wide net, and of course, you can listen to us on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. And please send us your emails. Send us your electronic mails to tickleourtummies@gmail.com. Do we have one? Did we get one?
In fact, we do have an email.
Woo.
Yeah, you take a week off, you do a best of show, and they start rolling in,
baby.
And of course, this coming from our only frequent emailer, Keith. You've got mail.
I thought it was Heath.
Hey.
Oh, I'm sorry, from Heath Hearn. Since you keep asking, I figured I'd let you know I'm still listening and enjoying the show. And although I can't fully agree with Alan on corn versus flour tortillas, I did have some corn tortillas off some food truck and some tacos a few weeks ago, and they were pretty good. First time I've ever liked corn tortillas. I'm looking forward to hearing what other stories you guys have discussed. Keep up the good work. Yes, Keith and I have recently discovered that corn tortillas are, in fact, when done properly, superior to the flour tortilla. So, Alan, I, too, must give you credit for the corn tortilla. However, I can only give you credit for the corn tortilla since you informed me how to prepare the corn tortilla. Now, you see, a flour tortilla, you can take straight out the goddamn wrapper, build it, do it. I listen, I'm going to disagree on the flexibility of the flour tortilla.
That's fair. It has its moments.
Hey, and also check this. It's gluten-free. All right, so let's not forget that.
Well, I'm such a pussy. Watch this. I get the carb smart wheat tortillas. They're half the calories and half the deliciousness.
So there's is Julio Iglesias. Is he dead? He's rolling around in his grave. I just picked a Spanish person. Salvador Dali. Yeah, man. I mean, look, corn tortillas is where it's at.
Marquín Estevez.
Heath Hearn is about as Caucasian as they come. So his initial not liking of corn tortillas is of no surprise to me. But see, I think he's found where he needs to go. You need to go to a sweat box on 4 wheels manned by 3 fucking Hondurans for 12 hours, just churning out hot meats and corn tortillas. That's where you find the good ones.
Well, you know, when I recently discovered the corn tortillas, and again, I gave them another shot based on our conversation. And after your Alan fucking mocking of me and my, you know, am I culturally appropriating the tortilla by eating your corn? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, here's the thing, though. I have found that the Hispanic population, they don't like to, I don't know, inform others on their abilities. Like, anytime you see, like, on, like, TikTok or Instagram, like these amazing, like, say, construction techniques. It's like these Hispanic guys, like, oh, what, you're doing it wrong. Do it like this, and then they just do it. Mm-hmm. You guys don't instruct us gringos on how to do anything. You give us a big bag of fucking corn patties, and you're like, enjoy.
Yeah.
But you don't tell us how to prepare them.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. And it's not like, I don't think it's a gatekeeping thing. I think it's a language barrier, because exactly how you just tried to act it out. Like, you know, you ain't talking to the Honduran that's actually going to teach you how to do it, right? There's a language barrier, right? So I think that's part one of it. And part two of it is we're just not giving the secrets away all willy-nilly. You got to find out. You know what I mean? Like, you got to stop at that nasty taco spot, eat it, and then be like, holy shit, Jorge, you got to tell me how you do it, bud. And then we'll be like, look, you do it like this. You know what I mean? Like, we don't just volunteer things like that.
I don't know, man. You guys don't have patience for that shit.
No, we don't either.
So it's twofold. So yeah, so what I did with the corn tortillas is I did exactly what you said. I threw some butter on the fucking skillet, and then I let it, and then I slapped the tortilla on there, and I rubbed it around, and I was like, okay, that's nice and spread. And then I waited till it got nice and kind of charry on one side. I looked up, I'm like, ow, my fingers. And I'm like, Alan said this is part of the process. Ow, my fingers. Oh, I'm losing skin. Alan said this is part of the process. And I kept doing that, and then I flipped it. And they were goddamn delicious.
Yeah, dude.
And
Silver butter.
You said you didn't double up. You did one quart tortilla per. Okay, all right.
Because
if you get them in the sweet spot, if you cook them right and you get them hot, you don't need to. They will flex. They will be flexible enough to contain your ingredients and eat and not fall apart.
Here's the thing:
it's just when they come out like cold and dry. Because look, when you pour a core tortilla out of a bag, it looks mad unappetizing. I totally understand that. So yeah, and you can't let them cool down again because then they get all brittle and they break.
So I
get a sweet spot.
I normally do the wet paper towel in the microwave, and I do two. I do two at a time when I do the tacos, and that to me is always like. And I mean, it.
Do you want to call him a gringo since you did?
It's superior. What do you mean? Fuck you! I've always preferred the corn tortilla.
I mean, yeah, but you're cooking them. You're cooking them.
Yeah,
wrong.
You're cooking them.
That's
all
why
wrong,
you're having.
man.
That's why you have to double up, and your structural integrity's all fucked up because you're not. Man. Yeah, you're not burning finger skin onto them as you cook them.
I can't believe you said my structural integrity. Go ahead, Merv. We're fucking.
Look, no, I right now. Look, I made these motherfuckers like 4 days ago, right?
Yeah.
And like, I still don't have like full like touch and feel in the tips of my fucking fingertips right now, because I know I made them right, and I made them so right that when I fucking flexed them and I curled them up, I actually pinched them at the top for just a second and let go, and they pulled back apart about an inch, and they stayed like a Taco Bell fucking taco shell. Yeah. Like, I'm like, but they're still wet. They're still wet with grease. They're dripping with delicious and delightfulness from my tongues. Right. That's what's happening right now. And it got me thinking, by the way, a lot about cultural appropriation, because that seems to be like one of the big buzz woke things right now. Yeah. I'm like, I'm not appropriating this. I'm appreciating this now.
I don't think you can appropriate food personally. That's just me. You know what I mean? Like,
go to a college campus fucking cafeteria and fucking let that fucking flag fly and see how far you get.
Well, I don't know. I've been in a college campus cafeteria, and they fucking certainly give us tacos and like Chinese food. So, I mean, how else do they feed a bunch of fucking idiot kids?
Well, I mean, but like, expand that a little bit. Like white folk to get cornrows, like, that's cultural appropriation. No, that's cultural appreciation.
Yes and no.
They like the look. Corn tortillas. It's like, you're stealing our food. No, we're appreciating your food. Okay, that's what's happening here. Oh, your music. Oh, you're stealing our beats. No, we appreciate your beats, and we'd like to use them for our own as well.
So you can say,
I think there's a fine line. You know, go ahead.
You can say that a white guy wearing a do-rag is appreciating.
Yeah, like
yes.
No, because you can't make waves. Yeah. Well, that's the whole point, is to keep the waves. You can't even make them. Why you got do-rag on?
Yeah.
Wait, what's the way? Hold on.
Oh, that's a whole other episode, buddy. All right, we'll get. Hold on. Hold on.
Alan, I'll just give you the share. Go ahead. I thought you were about to ask what a do-rag was. I was like, wait a minute.
No, I know what a do-rag is, and I've worn a do-rag, and I've even called it a do-rag. But I learned from an episode of Survivor that I called it a do-rag to a black man, and he was very upset about it. And he's like, why is it a bandana when it's on your head, but it's a do-rag when it's on mine? He said, I didn't know that was a problem, and I apologize for my ignorance.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So you see what we got going on right here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See the waves?
Uh-huh.
All right. So do-rags are commonly worn by guys who either their hair's all mucky and they haven't gone to the barber yet, and so they don't want you to look at it, or you wear this shit at night to sleep like a lady's cap to keep your waves fucking fresh so they don't flatten out.
Oh,
because that's a whole look. So they serve a purpose besides just, looking ridiculous sometimes.
So considering I've never seen an African American man, like I've never witnessed him sleeping, like walked into the bedroom and be like, hey, look at that, he's got that on to keep the structure. It's always been because, what did you say?
What? Well, because it looks all like their shit's all fucked up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't wear one because I don't think I could get away with it. But sometimes my hair's all messed up, and I love my hair being all tight, and so I would wear one.
Okay.
Be looking at my shit, my fades.
But white people don't wear that to appreciate. That's what I was getting at.
Well, it serves no purpose to y'all. Like,
Wait, hold on here. Look, I'm going to show you something here. Because, when I go outside to mow the grass, and I got this going on, I don't necessarily want to be wearing a hat that makes my head all hot. So I want a do-rag or a bandana that I've tied up culturally appropriately.
Well, also, like, do-rags are not just bandanas. Like, there's a lot more fabric and stuff, and you tie them up differently.
And Murr, if you wanted to wear one of those while you're mowing your lawn, I don't think it has anything to do with appreciation. I think it has to do with, like, keeping your skin from getting torched. But if you want to wear that at a, I don't know, a night out or, to a concert.
That's true. A fashion statement, but maybe I get done mowing the grass and I come inside and I'm like, damn, man, I look good in this thing. Then maybe I will want to walk and wear it out to a fucking bar. Right. And then I'll get punched in the face and I'll be like, no, I just appreciate.
No, because see, you guys do them. What you do is you paint like American flags and eagles on them, and then you get yourself a Harley Davidson, and it's basically the same fucking thing.
Okay, and what's the problem with that? That's my question. What is the problem with that?
There was a problem with
it. But apparently there is a problem with it by some people.
Well, I'm not black, so I don't care if you wear a do-rag or not. I would say it's probably not for you, but like I said, it serves a purpose that it serves you zero. Like I don't wear one because it serves me no purpose. I don't got the cool waves.
Just saying.
And you don't own a motorcycle, dude. So I don't.
And that's a very vague one to use. Like, you see like white bitches in kimonos. That's cultural appropriation. That is unnecessary.
I disagree. It's cultural appreciation. They appreciate the kimono. They like it. They like it.
Maybe look, hey, if they're at like a traditional Japanese spa, kimonos, and they're getting the duesment, then yeah, sure, they're appreciating. If you're just wearing kimonos after you were just hopping on some penis and you got to run down the hallway to get some to fucking pee, you're appropriating, bitch. I think that's how it goes.
I feel like I appreciated
context is what I'm saying.
I appreciated Heather Graham as Felicity Shagwell in Austin Powers 2 in a kimono. I mean, I don't know, I appreciated that.
Yeah, but where they were like that was a perfect example. There was two Asian twins called Fook Me and Fook You. Like, that's the pinnacle of it right there.
Now, I'm lifting this a little bit from Bill Burr, but no, but okay, like music, like black music, like it's not appropriation, it's appreciation. Like Elvis, if it wasn't for Elvis, a lot of those guys wouldn't have been discovered. And his whole point is like, do you like electricity? Do you like flight? Like, these are white people inventions. But if white people didn't put you through all this hardship, you wouldn't have all this great music. So it's like, we just need to learn to love and appreciate each other.
There's a fine line in that statement.
Fine line is as big as the fucking Suez Canal, my man.
Like, if you weren't slaves, you wouldn't have rap.
Yeah.
So no, I mean, like I said, I think it's all a little bit of context. And like for me, like music and like food are unappropriatable, if that makes sense. Right?
That does make sense.
Okay. So like for me, music and food, like I don't count personally. Because enjoy all of them. Like I enjoy all types of music and food. But like, yeah, if you rock up in a dashiki and fucking white cornrows.
But I guess
my bit of an issue.
My point on that is you wouldn't make such a bold statement about yourself if you didn't like it so much that you were willing to suffer the slings and arrows.
It's, I guess so. Or you're just oblivious.
Yeah.
Which a lot of white people are. Y'all are
That's
just
true.
Tone deaf.
Colorblind.
It's one of the, and this, I think this goes to that little word of privilege where you guys are like, yeah. And then people are like,
this ain't a big deal, right?
Easy, but this is cool, right? I mean, no, not really.
Remember what you say in the beginning of the show after Alan mentioned about that, how he had that swabble with someone on Facebook? Brick, Ross, and Reno.
Brick.
You would say basically we need to calm down.
Yeah, chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
John Calissimo.
Rick Ron Rolissimo. I think so. I think so.
But like, okay, like that. Not to keep this going, but like that Rachel, what's her name? Rachel Dolezal or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like she appreciates the African American community so much so she decided she wanted to be one of them.
Like, and see, look, fine lines. You want to perm your shit out and blow it out? Okay, cool. You want to stay a little darker than your natural skin color, like your winter shade? That's fine. Do you want to like sit on the board of your local NAACP? Well, now we got a problem. Now we've crossed the line.
I got news for you though. It wasn't white folk voting her in.
Oh, well, I know, but she was flaunting it.
So well.
First glance, you were like, "That's a light skinned black bro." Until she was like, "I'm white."
That's not my
that,
child.
my friends, is it racist?
Surprise bit at the end.
It's good to be back. It's good to fucking be back. Happy 4th of July, everyone. Belated. Happy NWO anniversary. Our condolences to James Caan, 83 years young, passed away. I remember him from, what the hell is that Kathy Bates movie? Deliverance?
No, Misery.
Misery, you're right. Sorry, not Deliverance. That's
Mom loves that movie.
Yeah, Misery. Whoo-wee. But I did 83 years. We're not even going to try to get into a Middle Classholes tribute because it's going to go sideways. If you guys have a favorite movie, say it right now.
Star Trek 2.
Nice. I had to describe him to my wife. And I was like, "Yeah, James Caan died." And she's like, and she does not know actors or actresses' names. And I was like, "Yeah, fucking, Sonny Corleone." Nope, that's not gonna work.
Yeah, well, yes.
Dad from Elf. And she was like, "Oh, got it." God damn it, I hate myself for that.
Sonny fucking Corleone. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, crazy.
Well, all right, folks. Hit us up on the Middle Classholes Facebook page and or tickle our tummies at gmail.com. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you next week.